Hey folks, welcome back. Now before we get into more InZOI news, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to you. When I made this channel 4 years ago, I struggled and still struggle to this day to see where this channel is heading. As you know, I make an eclectic degree of content and all the pros say in their tip videos that I'm doing YouTube wrong, so please know that I am forever grateful for you to even have stopped by. And as a quick side note, because of your tremendous engagement on my gameplay video of Ellen, I will be making another. Alright, let's wrap up some closing news on InZOI before we get 2025 started. I'll be covering in brief some news dropped from Kjun's Corner. Again, that's the blog post from the head developer Kjun, all of which can be found on their InZOI Discord. For more on that, check the link in the description. In this dev post, we get an insight on how long a day lasts in InZOI. Here's the confirmed settings you can choose from. You can have 24 real minutes equal 1 InZOI day, or 48 real minutes up to 96 real minutes, 4 hours real time to 24 real hours equaling 1 InZOI day. For reference, what I could find on Google is that The Sims 4 is 1 sim hour equaling 1 minute in real time, which means 24 real minutes is 1 sim day uninterrupted. Now, I did see a TikTok that actually calculated 90 seconds in real time to 1 sim hour, which would total 36 minutes in real time for 1 sim day. Take that with what you will. Either way, that is definitely a welcomed addition. The default being 96 real minutes was kind of wild. That said, I can totally see one of you loonies out there actually doing a 24-hour real playtime session. You know, all of this has me questioning how additions like cars and fast traveling will impact gameplay. If driving in this game emulates anything like actually trying to get to Santa Monica Pier, then we might have to increase the game clock to at least 4 hours in real time. They also increased the maximum game speed to include 5 times and 10 times speed. The 10 times setting, admitted Kjun, places a significant strain on performance, as you'd imagine. Unless you have the CPU processing power of Data from Star Trek, I expect a lot of us not to seriously play on that speed. On that note, some folks have requested a feature in which you can skip time when their Zois are asleep, allowing you to quickly play the next day when your Zois wake. I imagine they were thinking of something like a loading screen to bypass the sleeping sequence. Kjun stated that due to the game's foundational design, a feature like that would not be possible, as the game runs on a mechanical clock. He states, should a skip feature be implemented, they would have to create fake outcomes for every Zoi in the city, something similar to what we have in The Sims 4. Basically, Kjun wants a more organic gameplay experience that focuses on the simulation aspect of their game. I think of it as random, quick outcomes for the sake of expediency may result in contrived gameplay. And for Kjun, life simulation is a key design concept for InZOI. In this dev blog, we finally see more amazing gameplay. This has definitely been long awaited for me. Just watching some of these clips has me excited for what's near. Included too is how to actually use the time feature. I'm glad it's an easy option to access mid-game. That way we can adjust it quickly and find the right setting for our playstyle. Now I will say that the driving and steering physics definitely need improvement. However, do be mindful that the game is still in its incredibly early stages. Now having said that, I am just a little worried about how this feature will be implemented, whether it be a core game mechanic or just a shoe-in feature. I also love that you're putting your car in your pocket and that's how that's still a thing. Something like that I guess just can't be avoided, but honestly I don't mind it. Also for you builders out there, you're gonna have a field day. Look at how many floors you can develop. What gets me so excited too, but also like just thinking about with all these many floors, let's say you actually want to use this and you have so many Zois living in this one apartment, just think about all the rendering, all the computations that need to happen, because again, this world is still a life simulation open world game. So I mean, it's wild to think about that you can even build that in this game. Basically what I'm saying is, if you want to make your CPU cry, play InZOI. Either way, I'm really excited to see what people create. There's also some work done in the character creator. Looks like they're focusing on naming conventions right now, which are still in development. Lastly, we see more RTS controls for our favorite RTS game, InZOI. I'm joking, of course. It's just that these settings really remind me of that for some reason. I love it. Again, giving us more of these tools helps us create the worlds we want to play in, and I imagine it creates interesting simulations. At least I hope so. City controls include population settings, vehicle count, dream occurrence rates, and city safety. They've also included city report stats. One interesting tidbit from that is the number of Zois who cheated. Spicy. In terms of optimization, this should also help people playing in a variety of consoles or PCs. As mentioned in the text on the bottom right, more controls should give more stability. For me, what I really want to play with is crime rate. Can you imagine the mayhem? I can finally emulate what it's like to live in my hometown. Now before closing out the year, we get a little more gameplay in this dev blog. It looks like you can add real faces associated with Zois. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but if so, how freaking cool! More customization is always a plus. Now, real quickly, in this wrap-up post, Kjun writes about how much InZOI has grown and the changes it has made this year. He mentions that with player feedback, Zois have transformed to be more individualistic. They now have preferences that shape and influence their relationships. They also added a system that allows Zois to learn about one another incrementally. This also adds to the simulation aspect and helps make relationships feel more organic and nuanced. He also admits car physics need improvement. They notice that driving and the daily commute to work can feel repetitive and boring, so just like real life, congrats there. However, they're adding interactive and interesting locations around the city to make traveling more dynamic and overall more interesting. They've mentioned that when developing their job system, they encountered a bug a dev team member accidentally introduced, where Zoe continuously stole money from businesses, which made them super wealthy. This led to them actually incorporating that into the game, and as for dealing with crime and consequences for those actions, that's still in the works. Again, they emphasize their determination to make InZOI a quasi-realistic life sim that has unexpected fun twists. In doing so, they acknowledge that much more work needs to be done, and that more is on the way as we head into 2025. As for me, I decided that 2024 would be the year I gave this whole content creating thing an earnest try. And truthfully, I did fall short of that from time to time because life happens, and so life happens. But because of your encouragement and constant support, why not give 2025 a go too? So here I am, making the last video to end out the year. Again, thank you so much for being here on this journey with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next video, whatever the next video may be. So, until then, I'll see you then. Bye for now.